You're welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Joey Sparks. That's 2 E's, no Y. You heard me, 2 E's, no Y, and
Danny Mack back to react.
And today we're going to have Danny Mack react for the very first time to Money Game 3. You ready for this, my man?
I am. I've heard a lot. I'm expecting big things from Money Game 3.
If you're ready for Danny Mack to react to Money Games 3, then let me know. But first, you know I got to play. Hey, hey, hey.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
Give us a high five.
All right, cut and print. Beautiful, guys. Dynamite.
Authentic Code Bros. Go. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Authentico Bros. Authentico Bros. Yeah. Ain't no. You're bang. Take that down. Let me pull this up. Before we get started, please do me a favor. Will you like and comment on all the content, preferably as soon as it comes out? It'll help me. I appreciate you. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm a music videographer by trade, and that's the POV that I react to here on the channel. But today, we're going to have Danny Mack reacting, right? So, Money Game 1, right? The performance, one take, spinning around, my man with the bag on his head, right?
This old Money Game.
Yeah, and then part 2 was the lyric video, where he hit you with the biggie.
Seashells and whatnot.
He hit you with the Biggie's 10 crack commandments of selling seashells.
Took us through the whole way to just create countries and governments and industries.
And really spawns conversation for us to like talk about, like, hey man, as much as it's not right, there are some good things to it. I mean, you're gonna need it. We got to play the game, period.
Right. I mean,
we all play it.
It is a big old money game, but we all actually do play a part in it. Some bigger than others.
And do you want your part to be a positive part?
True.
At one point in time, or a negative, but it's kind of all up to everybody else. And then how important is it to us or not to us? So we'll just, it's just something to have to see. Anyways, also too, if you're here today for the premiere of this, we do a live premiere on Wednesdays, obviously Wednesdays, right? So if you're down in the chat and we're doing live, can you put the hand over the heart emojis? Here, which one we'll do it? Hand over the heart emojis. There it is. Yeah, I can't. My left to right when I'm looking at my screen is back to where it's in here.
I think the heart's over here.
It really screwed up my brain. My artistic brain don't do it. So usually on these premieres, we kind of draw it out so we just get a chance to kick it in the chat. So you should just hit the subscribe button and join us for these moments, okay? But without further ado, Danny Mack.
Yes.
Here we go. Okay, Samuel Perry Falvey filmed this or directed this, as well as the original Money Game one take. Okay,
let's see what it do.
Sorry. Shout out again to Ren's piano skills.
I was going to say, is this Ren? Like, he plays the piano too?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was the finger.
I mean, I thought so, but I was
the eclectic ring choice fingers. So I'm like, oh, but yeah, and I didn't care if I spoiled it for you either. I was just like, nah, because we got to give it up to the fucking piano skills.
Yeah, that was dope.
I don't want to rewind too much, but this is nice. Great framing, so I just got to point that out for everybody in the chat. All right, just initial first thoughts.
The setup is nice. The shot is nice with him in the hoodie. The piano skills are on point, like you were saying, and it's it feels like it's building up. So
oh, y'all had some money this time.
Oh yeah, and it does seem a little fresher.
Right. All right, let's go. Best shot in the game. Samuel Perry Falvey for for directing it. I believe it was Bo on the camera. With him in the foreground here, right here on this left horizontal third, and his replacement playing the piano in the back one out of focus.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can.
Okay, set the stage.
Young man named Jimmy, he wants mine, gimme.
Well, I mean, it sounds like his dad reinforced it by saying, you got to take everything you can.
Yeah, right. And
but
so,
you do have to work for it.
And and then this is what he did. He just started excelling.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right.
Listen.
19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate,
He's doing some big things.
He's flipping up, dog. He's increasing his hustle every time he gets a
Talk
chance.
about leveling up.
He's like, nah, I was on that last year.
Nah,
you know,
I'm
I'm
selling
doing now.
arms to Iran now, man. I'm in the arms business. That's crazy.
he bought him a seat. He's 29, 6, a business shift. He switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and
just look at this warehouse, and they're just. Go ahead.
The way they're shooting this is dope too. I mean, again, with it being a one take, so everything's got to be in place. But like usual, performing and acting out the song itself.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and everyone in the hoods keeping the theme going.
Oh, talk about it.
Yeah,
That's what it's like when we were like, oh my God. He's like, when I was this far into it, I was going, oh my God, this is so amazing because you're timing up what you were saying, like the parts of the story with like parts of like the visual cues, and I'm like, oh my God, you got to get it right, and everybody step in the frame here, and then it's like the boy, you got to say sitting chilling in the hood, mom, dad, we love him, please know that, like anyways, let's go.
Listen here, son, while you're
when
sitting in.
Talking about the he's partying crystal and cocaine,
exactly.
he was like,
shot the little pictures at him,
right,
or the camera at him.
Yeah, that's fire. Let's go.
I don't mean that you won. 26 a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27 dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. "35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 30.
Sheesh. Spiraling.
This is very fast, ain't he?
Nah, I mean, so who's his dad? Is it like George Bush or somebody? He's in the Senate selling arms to Iran, super rich, and his dad can still look at him and say,
damn,
you ain't ain't nothing yet.
Hilarious. I think he leaves it up for interpretation, but I'm sure he definitely drawing inspiration from a lot of places.
But it's dope. I appreciate how, his dad was driving him, then his dad's gone, and now he's like doesn't have a direction. Is what I'm getting from it.
Oh, talk that truth. Direction is so important. Anyways, oh God, let me get back to his stump.
37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Once again, to have everybody in place at the right time and to pull off that shot, it's super dope.
Fire. It's such a great shot. You're like, what are we about to do now?
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 now.
What?
Nah, just, we're going back to circling back around.
Oh, you caught it? I missed it the first time and it didn't really hit me as hard until I listened to it the second time. I'm going, oh my God, when he gets, he's not walking swiftly. Oh shit, kill me.
Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
That was excellent. And he illustrated this point well. I mean, it's the age old, can't sell your soul for money, you know what I mean? And you spend your whole life chasing it, building it, achieving it, and at the end,
what does it do?
It's you're sitting in the rain in a wheelchair.
Yeah, because you had to do. Yeah, there was a lot of friends he probably lost along that journey. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he was doing it for something other than. And
he had a line that stood out to me. All of it turns to rubble and perspective evolves. I mean, that's. How old is he? Late 20s, something like that?
I want to say, maybe 30 or something. I don't know. Chat, tell us how old he is in the chat. I know the girls going to know.
I mean, that's a pretty evolved perspective. He's showing to be able to, at that age, to be able to illustrate something like that. Yeah. But, that one hit hard. And it's all facts,
Oh, yeah. It was to me, I was just like, this is the pinnacle of what I wanted to see out of like this trilogy finished, right? Which is like a brand new, fresh take on it with the same elements. Like, I don't know if you know the water coming down. Rain, 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 rain.
Okay,
if it comes our way.
Yeah, that's true.
And the who dies. Like, okay, so you got that. There was one video technique I wanted to point out here that we learn. Okay, so real gun slipped out underneath right there. When he took it out, he goes like this and hands off to like another fake clip. They have to do some clip changing here to show the camera like he's really inserting bullets. So now he like, it had the fake clip in it. Now
Everything
he's
is
filling a
subject
real
to change.
clip.
We could build utopias if
Now watch, it
individuals
goes
were
down
taught
to
to
the
use their
gun,
brains.
and watch his right hand.
But if
It
we
moves
teach
out,
kids in schools to
hands
always
off
be
to
sheep
somebody off
and
to
put
the
themselves
side,
before the herd, if there's
they
more
give him
money
back
for
the
me,
fake clip, so now we don't have to worry.
then there's no future I see where the
Didn't
human.
want no accidents.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That makes
saying.
sense.
I don't know. Shout out to. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that. It's horrible. Yeah, but I thought this was the pinnacle of what it needed to be. And then right after this, he went on and got the UK's #1 album.
Okay.
Like he just
Shout out to REN,
this was like helped propel the album. And then they like before this even dropped, they had like this whole money game treasure hunt. So they put out like 7 sins and like little clues with them, and people like literally had to know like almost computer program. I couldn't. It was way above my pay grade.
Right.
But it was all into kind of getting up the hype for this Money Game 3 release. And the what was it, the people who quote unquote won, because I mean, if I was correct, it was kind of staged or something for this. They was like, you can win this money that's in here, or you could set it afire and take what's in this next case. And of course, in the next case, it wasn't nothing. And so it's just like,
Damn.
it's a money game. So yeah, man. I mean, all around, this is how you entertain. Are you not entertained?
Well, and you know, in the same spirit of this provoking conversation, my take on the whole money game is it's all about balance.
Right.
Because if you remove quote unquote money, you're still not going to remove human nature to try to seek some sort of gain over the other, or just the desire to be rewarded for the work that you put in. It's all about the balance. If you go too hard at the money, you sacrifice too much, you get your perspective out of whack, you end up like Jimmy.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? But
talk that shit.
so it's
Because I agree.
you can't escape it
Because
you know
you're
what I'm
gonna
saying?
have to use it, and even if it wasn't money and it was apples,
Right,
eventually one day you're gonna wish
somebody gonna be sitting
you
on
gonna
all
wish
the apples.
and you gonna want a day off of looking for your own apples, right?
Right,
So you,
exactly.
how can I get them apples so I don't have to work? What's an easier way to get them apples from somebody? And it might be whatever. Yeah, it's a whole money game.
You know, you can't escape it, but you don't have to. You don't have to go all the way. It ain't worth your soul. It ain't worth so many other things, you know.
Back to factoids. All right, well, shoot, y'all. What do y'all think? You think you enjoyed it? I think you enjoyed it.
I think I enjoyed it.
If you enjoyed it, please make sure you're liking the video. Comment down below some of the things that I might have forgot to explain today, because Danny goes back and looks in the comments. So if you could explain some of the things that I might have forgot to bring up in this reaction, that'll help me out a lot. You know what I mean? And also, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Danny is a recurring guest. He's almost like a cast member. He is an official.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got my shirt.
You are a cast member. I know that's right, Jay. So he's here all the time, and we get the chance to send him through some reactions that we've all seen and we know and love, and then get to watch Danny's reaction as well. Okay. Also, make sure you're following that Discord link in the description over to our server. It's titled The Set. Over there, you get to know me better and know when we're doing lives and stuff like that, or when Danny Max is coming back for our live celebration. All right. Okay. Make sure you like the video on the way. I'll do something nice for somebody, and I'll catch you on the next reaction. Peace.